Hello, and welcome back to Hagan's New Jersey PIP Tips, as we bring you monthly segments on New Jersey auto insurance, personal injury protection, otherwise known as PIP. As you can see, I'm still living my bucket list from last month and getting ready for Halloween. Does anybody out there have a golden helmet I can borrow to finish my costume? Today we're going to talk about a few things, including I'll first talk about my Notre Dame trip with some great pictures and videos. At least it was great for me. I hope it's great for you. Next, we'll talk about the ongoing GEICO class action suit and the current status. I'll briefly talk about the difference between pre-service appeals and post-service appeals and give you some reference material. And finally, I will talk about the feature provider of the month, North American Spine and Pain. So let's get right to it. So I'm still wearing my Notre Dame jersey. I had a wonderful first time visit to Notre Dame. It's on my bucket list. My nephew's a senior there. Congratulations, Jake. I wish you the best. He's at times interned in my office, and he may be going to law school. But here's some pictures from the wonderful trip my son and some of my extended family made out to Notre Dame. The first night we were there, we got to see the grotto, light some candles, say some prayers. We got to see the Golden Dome at night all lit up. Wow, look at these pictures. Toured campus that night, the day before the game. We also went into the cathedral here. Some amazing art, structures, building. I mean, it was just a beautiful sight. It felt very special. And then, of course, we got ready for the next day, game day against Miami of Ohio. We went back down on campus, did a little tailgating, got to see the march in. Here's some additional pictures of the people I ran into pre-game. And we were fortunate to have some awesome seats at the stadium. Here's a picture of my nephew with myself, Jake, and myself, my son Ryan. Here's the band coming out, the players entering the field, and then the flyover, which I thought the plane was going to touch the stadium. So, and of course, fortunately, Notre Dame did win. So we finished out the game with a victory and a celebration. And it was just a magnificent trip, a special time to spend with my friends and family and getting to see a place that I always wanted to see and just unfortunately never did up until now. I hope to be back again. And Jake, good luck with your senior year and with your decision whether to do law school, grad school, or go out into the work environment. It was great experiencing Notre Dame with you, and congratulations. Next, I'd like to talk about the class action with GEICO. This is over the limited PIP policies they've been selling over the last 10, 15 years in New Jersey. They're the largest insurer, and they all have the largest number of limited PIP policies. We submitted the way they set it up. They designed their system so that people unknowingly select the limited PIP and in violation of the statutes and the laws and what Dobie intended for the rights of the consumer in terms of picking their PIP limits. They filed a motion for summary judgment, GEICO. We did an extensive response. They then asked for additional time to do additional response, and of course they, went to the ends of the earth to argue more stuff, offer new evidence, create new certifications. So anyway, at this point, all the briefings are done. We were waiting for the court to hear the matter, whether they're going to do it just on the papers or arguments. We're waiting for that, we're confident that it'll go in our favor based on the law and the facts, and that it should go to trial, if not settle. We firmly believe that GEICO has, on this particular case and the way they design the cases on all their systems, have created a system that prevents the consumer from making a knowing decision on their PIP election, and that they crafted it and do not meet the requirements of obtaining an actual signed and completed coverage selection form. So we'll keep you updated as it goes on. Next thing I wanted to briefly talk about, I've done videos in the past about it, specifically the appeals process that came into effect. The mandatory internal appeals, if there's an assignment of benefits, came into effect in 2017. So it's been going on now. I see occasional confusion about pre-service appeals and post-service appeals. So to try to be brief, pre-service appeals are appeals you file when you seek pre-certification and they deny your pre-certification based on an MDR, physician advisor review, or an IME. You then have to do what's called a pre-service appeal. Now, sometimes the service may have already been performed because by the time they had to get back to you and by the time you find the appeal, you may be doing some of that treatment plan that you requested in pre-certification, but it's been denied based on the pre-cert. So that's the pre-service appeal. There's a specific form for it. There's specific documentation. So what you can do, and I'll explain in a second, is you can look back at the videos or you can contact me. The other is a post-service appeal. So this isn't where it got denied in the pre-service or the pre-certification process. It's after you've done the service, either because it didn't require pre-certification or they may have granted pre-certification, but they deny it or reduce it improperly or just don't pay it at all after you perform this service. So typically it's responding to an explanation of benefits that you're doing the post-service appeal, or if they don't do anything at all, then it's fair to respond within the 60 days or 105 days. So that's a post-service appeal, which again is a separate form entitled post-service appeal. You got to provide the documentation along with the billing and the explanation of benefits in that documentation. As I said, you can't just say I'm doing one and not the other. Now, if you do the pre-service appeal and the denial doesn't change, and then you get an explanation denying it for the same reason, you don't have to do a post-service appeal. It's that one issue. However, if they should overturn it in the pre-service appeal and then for some other reason mispay you, reduce it incorrectly, try to apply a pre-cert penalty, then you would have to do a separate post-service appeal. If you want to be safe, do both pre-service if there's a pre-service issue and a post-service once you get the explanation of benefits. Again, I've done videos in the past. Please look them up. I have a lot of videos. I think this is my 82nd video. So I spent extensive time talking about pre-service and post-service appeals. Or you can always reach out to me and I can talk you through it or come and meet with you. You can reach me at 732-722-2911 or you can email me at sean@seanhaganlaw.com and I'll get back to you as soon as possible and guide you through this process. I know it can get a little confusing and paper intensive, but we want to make sure you're doing it right so that if they continue to deny you or not pay you properly, we can go to arbitration and collect the money for you at no cost to you. Again, please reach out if you have any questions. Thank you. Next, I want to talk about our featured provider of the month, North American Spine and Pain. As you can see at their website at naspacmd.com. Here on their website, you can see they serve the tri-state area with 7 locations in New Jersey. They particularly are shoulder, back, and neck pain management providers with all types of services for pain management, from injections, different types of injections, up to surgeries and in between. They list on their website their doctors along with the services they provide. They do in fact handle workers' comp and also auto injuries. And if you do need to schedule an appointment, you can schedule online on their page, or you can call them at 855-862-7767. As I say in all my videos, if for some reason you have any type of difficulties, although I can't anticipate here, of contacting them, you can always reach out to me and I can make the connection for you. So finally, as you know, each month I do a drawing. To get entered into the drawing, you got to communicate with my office, whether it's phone calls, emails, sending your arbitration files to be filed at no cost to you, faxes, you stop in. Always welcome visitors. We're here 5 days a week. There's usually at least 2 to 3 of us in the office. We still have a lot of remote work getting done. It was one of the, I guess, good things that came out of COVID was the flexibility. But anyway, anytime you communicate with us, we enter you in the drawing. We're a little bit lighter this month than usual for whatever reason. So send in your communications. If you don't win this month, there's always next month. So by all means, keep them coming and keep getting entered, okay? And this month's winner is Northeast Spine and Wellness Center. Congratulations, Northeast Spine and Wellness Center. I'll be in touch with you to feature you in next month's video. Well, we hope you enjoyed this month's video and found it useful and informative and a little bit of pleasure. I know I had a great time. Again, these bucket list items, you got to try it and do them. We hope you have a very happy and safe Halloween. Didn't mean to mention from the start of the video, and I forgot to, is just to say our prayers and thoughts are with those people around the world who are suffering, whether it's due to the recent hurricanes, storms, natural disasters, and also the wars going around the world. So say prayers for everyone. As always, we're never too busy for your kind New Jersey PIP and personal injury referrals, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you. God bless.